Good afternoon from the ridiculous state of Arizona, where I'm driving an absolutely ridiculous vehicle. This is the 2023 Cadillac Escalade-V? And this is a perfect opportunity for me to downshift and do... I'm going to jail speeds, especially in Arizona. We're not going to get into the politics of this state. What we are going to get into is the meat of this absolutely stupid, and I say that with love, stupid vehicle. This is the 2023 Cadillac Escalade-V, and this is specifically the ESV. You can get this in long and short wheelbase flavors. Now, what makes this crazy? We're going to go straight. Normally I talk about the outside, then I talk about the inside, then I talk about the... I'm just making sure that's not a cop behind me, because I could be a truth teller here. The meat of it, the engine, is what makes this absolutely ridiculously bonkers. What Cadillac has done here is taken its Escalade and stuffed a 6.2 liter V8 with a supercharger under the hood of this. It shares the same architecture as the CT5V Blackwing, and that's a good thing. That means this is a hand-built engine made in Bowling Green, next to where they churn out good old Corvettes, baby. And it's paired with a 10-speed automatic and full-time all-wheel drive. What all of this adds up to is a power plant producing 682 horsepower and 653 pound-feet of torque. And that makes this an Escalade that can run from 0 to 60 in under 4.4 seconds, which is just a silly concept. It's ridiculous. Quarter miles under 12.7. I mean, what are we doing here? What we're doing here is actually surprisingly enjoying this thing, because dynamically it is far better than I expected it. I expected straight line highway hauling of asses, which it definitely does. However, it also stops really well, and that's because it has 6-piston Brembo brakes up front. It also surprisingly takes corners far better than you'd expect for a way overpowered full-size SUV. The steering feel is nice and progressive, where it just kind of builds through the corner. There's no dead spot as you ring through. It gets a bit heavier as you turn in more, and I really, really appreciate that in this era of electronic power steering tuning. And then, of course, you have a 275 square stance at around all corners, unique 22-inch wheels. All of that is just fascinating to me. Then, when you want to mix it up a bit, Cadillac has fitted this with different driving modes, but you can just press a button for V mode, which cranks everything up. The exhaust gets ridiculous. The overrun, the throttle overrun when you lift off, it just sounds like a revolution is happening 30 yards behind you, and every single time it happens, I've smiled and laughed. Now, we do have to talk about the outside and the inside, though. The outside gets unique front and rear fascias, unique 22-inch wheels. There's a big old V badge on it. But other than that, it looks good because the trim is blacked out and it just looks nicely done. You know, GM over the years has had a tendency to apply a bunch of fake chrome to things, and I've always hated it. I always love when they just black things out a bit instead, and this does that, and it looks pretty good. This thing looks nice and sharp. Now on the inside, it's basically like taking a platinum level truck, which is their highest luxury trim, and then throwing it in here, and they've done that. The zebra wood trim, I could take or leave. I actually would prefer to see some like open pore style wood or something different. I am glad that they didn't put carbon fiber, because that would just be silly. There's no overabundance of, like, I'm gonna call it boy racer style stuff on the interior, and I can appreciate it. There's leather, there's metal looking to the buttons. It's a luxury vehicle in here, and that is appropriate. Now ahead of me, there's a massive 38 inches worth of curved viewing screen, and it's nicely integrated and looks good. I just spit on this screen, that's funny. Sorry, Cadillac. The gauge cluster is big in front of me, but I can adjust it as I see fit. This has augmented reality nav directions that will display them on the road in front of you. Wireless CarPlay if you want to run your music, all that good stuff. And if you do get tired of listening to the sound, which know why you would. This is fitted with a 36 speaker AKG studio quality sound system. It sounds excellent. It blows their old Panerai system out of the water. I never enjoyed that system. This one I do like, I do appreciate. It's good to go. Interestingly enough, they haven't released fuel economy figures for this. I wonder if I could dig through the menus and see what we're getting. I want to, and I don't want to, because if you buy this, you're not gonna care, and I can guarantee you it's not great, especially the way I've been driving it today. And the person who's paying for this car probably also doesn't care as much. I mean, everybody cares about gas prices on some level. But if you're paying this much for this Escalade, you might care a little bit less. And that's because this is the most expensive Escalade ever. The most powerful, the quickest, all that stuff. So maybe it should be, and car prices are bonkers, but the prices are eye-watering when you think of them as Escalade prices, not when you look at what this competes against and its performance figures. So the standard wheelbase version is $149,990. This ESV starts at $152,990, and I really don't see what options you would go on from there. So those are kind of just the prices. These are going to be limited run vehicles, though Cadillac doesn't like to give numbers for what that means. And now I want to back up, say what this competes against, and the answer is nothing. This is kind of in a class of its own. The closest would be like a GLS 63. Do they even make an AMG version of the GLS? I'm asking my buddy Miles Brandman, which you should go watch his channel, which you probably do because his is much bigger than mine. Remember when you did videos for me?
I do.
You did that motorcycle review?
Oh my God.
Yeah. That was, it was like some Honda bike or something. Yeah, I don't even remember.
C700X.
Yeah, that was great. I never did like car to bike before. That was cool.
Didn't crash.
Yeah.
Not that time.
Right. So there's, what does it compete against? The GLS, maybe. An X7 Alpina, maybe, but it's bigger than them. This is bigger than those vehicles. This is a true full-size monster with insane horsepower. And so then the price starts to look less crazy. It's always hard to defend the price of something, anything over six figures with, a few exceptions where you're like, yeah, of course that costs that much. Aston Martins, Bentleys, Rolls Royces. But even then, it's like, who needs that? Well, the answer is no one does, but people are buying them, so you gotta talk about it. I can defend $150,000 for this car because what it can do is absurd. And then it is also incredibly nice on the inside. This is a luxury car. This is up there with luxury vehicles. It is extremely well built and buttoned together. It has extreme levels of performance. It has an extremely good sound system. And so you start to use that word extreme a lot. And so then the price tag feels less extreme. That's just kind of how that works. So I'm blown away by how much I enjoy this vehicle because I expect it to be like, oh yeah, this is kind of funny and silly and all that stuff. But just because it's so much more dynamically engaging in the corners, there's that exhaust. It's so much more dynamically engaging in the corners has made the whole experience that much more fun. You couple that with these wonderful seats. I can't get over the sounds. I like a good sound system, folks. All of that adds up to a package that this is kind of something special, and it's definitely going to be the last of its kind. It's ridiculous that Cadillac brought this out in this day and age. Now, they obviously started planning this before gas prices went just absolutely stupid. But it's in an era where everybody should be switching more to electrified vehicles. I haven't heard about a hybrid Escalade yet, but Cadillac has their giant Ultium platform. But still, it's wild that this exists, but it is definitely a swan song for vehicles like this. It's not really a swan song. It is more of I'm trying to time this, death metal shout for awesomeness. I'm going to jail. That's good. Good morning. No, not good morning. Good afternoon.